You have a story, and it doesn't start with you. Each of our stories doesn't start with us, but starts with our background, our experiences, our traumas, our fears, our pains, and most importantly, people who has been positioned in our lives to serve as an impact to us. Every event that occurs in our lives, good or bad, are all foundations to our lives, and depending on how we react to them, makes a difference. So come with me as I share my story. My story began during my biological mother's battle with cancer, which resulted to a death when I was just 12. Our departure created a huge gap of which I felt for years. And although I had a father who took up a role of a mother, I still felt that absence. At a young age, I had to take up roles I wasn't ready for. At age 10, I remember making trips to the grocery store just to ease the burden on my mom. Thereafter, she would instruct me on how to make meals for the whole family. Blessed memories. I remember watching the agile mother I once knew became so fragile during our last days, but yet ever faithful and hopeful. Within about 2 years of my biological mother's death, another woman who was near and dear to my heart and a close friend of my mom also died as a result of cancer. It was at this point I began to question the essence of life, like why life had to be so cruel, taking two women who had a candid foundation to my life. Fortunately, I was blessed with another mom, of whom I adore, and that presence has influenced my life into the woman I am today. Through this process, I learned how to be resilient, persistent, and compassionate. And most importantly, this live event helped channel my pain, of which I am sharing with you as a story today. Cancer is such a draining illness. It drains everyone, the person experiencing it and their loved ones. And not until you've had an experience with cancer would you understand the pain, the constant, endless appointment of chemotherapy and radiation, hoping and praying the next scan will bring a good news of hope of being cancer free. But sometimes that doesn't happen. They die. Now their suffering is gone. You are left with the pain of their departure. For me, I lost my faith so many times. I questioned God. I still question Him when things don't go my way. I'm like, hey, yo, God, what's up? Like, what's going on? Why am I going through this? But for His grace that met me halfway, I would have continued to live a life of pain. I learned how to see all the foundations my mother's instilled in me as my life story. This is my history. This is my legacy of which I will share and pass on to my future generation. The woman I am today and the woman I will be in the future. Regardless of if you've had someone affected by cancer, you have a story. And not until you learn how to channel that pain, you're gonna keep living in circles of grief. So I encourage you today to see each pain, each trauma, each difficulty you're going through right now, even your victories, as your life stories. Because usually what was meant for evil results into something pleasant. So if you made it this far watching the video, I want to let you know today that you have a story and it is valid.